Hi everybody, this is Mujahid from Artboard Studio, and in this video we will create Mother's Day promotional content for your marketing campaign. It can be a Google display network, advertising, banner ads, social media ads, whatever. We have a few days left to Mother's Days, and if you're like me and too late for creating those content and you want to automate the process for making that content, just keep watching the video. So first of all, I just want to import the assets that I need. The first thing is the logo of the company. It's an SVG file and I can easily scale up or down without losing quality, and I can easily change the color. And then I'm just adding the product image for the design. Then also I have a design for this campaign. Actually, I got this from this company's previous advertising. So I will just use the same typography, same style, same colors maybe. So in this case, I'm just keeping this old design here. Also, I got some images from their website and social media. So I got some inspiration from their artworks and photos and visuals before. Now, this is creating a mood board for this campaign. First of all, I have the logo, I have the product image, and I have a base image. And I know what to do. I have the logo here. There is an image on the background, the product in front of the image. There is a text and call to action with that style. So let's get started. First of all, I just want to be sure I'm using the exact same colors with the brand. So first I'm creating a rectangle on my canvas and then opening the color picker and choosing the color palette generator. Then I'm saying new palette and I'm choosing palette from image to get the images, get the colors from this image. I can also upload any image from my computer to get and create a palette. So I'm just choosing the image and it instantly gives me the colors based on the image I select. I say save palette, and as you see, the palette just goes down to color palette. So whenever I open the color palette, I will to access those colors. Additionally, I can also import these colors to my canvas. And as you see, it just imported a bunch of shapes with the colors that has been used inside this design. Perfect. Now just create a new artboard somewhere in my infinite canvas and start creating one master design. In this tutorial, I'm gonna use Instagram story post and I'm gonna try to create a campaign design for social media. First of all, I just wanna apply this dark background color, just trying to replicate the design they made before. So I'm just opening the color picker and choosing the dark color here. Then I'm just pressing Option and dragging the logo into the design and applying this light gold color to the logo. And as you see, there is just aligning to center. There is this little line below the logo. So I'm just pressing R and creating a rectangle and centering this and scaling down a little bit, making it narrower, and also applying the same color with the logo right here. It's too much, just make it smaller. Yep. Now I have a base image in the design. So I already got this image from their social media, just placing on the canvas, centering and scaling up. So I'm just trying to fit the corners to the artboard. Cool. Now I have the product image here. So I'm just choosing the fill option here. Even if I change the ratio, it keeps the ratio, it keeps the image inside the rectangle here. But I want to remove the background. So I'm just selecting the image here, going to remove background color, remove background option. It instantly removes the background for me and just saying done and waiting for, yeah, there you go. I can easily scale up a little bit. So now I need some text and maybe the call to action button, maybe less text for my Mother's Day campaign. So just pressing T and adding a text to my canvas. For this one, say Mother's Day. And after that, I'm just scaling the text box, centering the text aligned, and also using this bright color as my text color. But I also want to use another serif font, which is similar to this one. And from the list from here, we are using Google Fonts. Just making search for Playfair, which is a great font, and just adding here. Scaling up, because when I add another text, a longer text, we may need space here. Okay, cool. Now adding another line of text, or I'm gonna go with the button first. I'm just pressing R, creating a rectangle. And inside this rectangle, there is a little linear. For this linear, I'm using this bright color and this one too. But for the center, I'm using a brighter one, like this. And also, I'm just going to the gradient itself and changing the angle. Easily, I can adjust the gradients like this. Yeah, not bad. I can also add a little bit of a radius to the corners. Then I'm adding another text layer. It says the call to action. It says shop now. Also, I'm just expanding the text box. Also down the font size from here, centering, aligning to the center. For the button, I need this dark brown. But for this font, I'm going to use Bebas font from Google again, which is a perfect font for every campaign. Cool. Now I can add another text layer down below to talk about the campaign details. For example, in this advertising campaign, they say free shipping on all orders. So you can easily copy that. Free shipping on all orders. You can make this text, the font size a lot smaller, putting it down there. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, not bad. Now, let's say this is my main design and I want to generate lots of different options with the same style, with the same branding, with the same colors and text. But actually, I didn't like the dark background here because I think it's going to be a better decision to make a light color background for the product. So I'm just creating a new rectangle with the same size and I'm choosing a brighter color here. Maybe this one. This is too dark. I can go like this. But now I need to change the text color to something dark. I'm actually choosing both text layers, adding plus here on the fill and adding a darker color for that. Also, I didn't like the gradient colors here. It should be a little bit warmer, maybe like this. Yeah, much like the same for the other. Cool. But here, I think the call to action actually should be with the dark color, right? Okay, applying this one. For the center, I'm just going with this. Also, the text color should be a light color for the call to action. Yeah. Maybe we can go with a bigger font size and maybe we can lock this layer, the shape layer behind and make some adjustments here. I want to create an ellipse and instead of a fill color, I want to apply a white border and with maybe 5 pixels. And then I want to apply a pure white instead of, not a pure white actually, I want to use the same color with the background. And putting this shape from the layers panel behind the product image, actually put the product image on top of everything. Then I'm choosing the donut layer here. And I go to transform effect in order to create instances and copies from the same shape. Instead of translation, I don't want to change the position. I want to scale up the shape like this. And I want to scale the strokes together. So while the shape is duplicating and getting more copies, I want the stroke also getting more and more. For that, I'm going to use a lower number, maybe like this. I'm going to add more copies. I'm going to add more and make the same. For the first circle, maybe we can go with a smaller size. So I'm just choosing the stroke option, going to stroke options, and I'm just adding some dash size. And as you see, it started to give me some cool dash. And also adding the round. So far away. Cool. Just scaling down. I'm just trying to create a kind of effect that shows the product more than the background for the same time. So trying to create a hierarchy here. And I also didn't like the font here. I'm just going to use the Bebas and adding more letter spacing here. And maybe we can extend the button size. So far, so good, but let's try something else with this donut. Instead of a flat color, I can also apply a linear or a radial. For the radial, I'm just gonna use the same color with the background, but the other color can be something like this. And while I'm moving, you can also see that cool effect just moving around. Yep. Yeah, it's cool. Not bad. Okay, now it's time to create the automation part. I'm just closing down the layers panel. And the best part about Artboard Studio is once you have this one main design on your canvas, you can create tons of designs for the same concept with the tables feature. And now I have a folder on my computer, on my desktop, which contains all the product images. I'm just dragging the folder and dropping into Artboard Studio, and as you see, it's just instantly imported all images right here. So why do I need those images here? Because I want different designs with the same concept, but for different products. So I'm just trying to put the products next to each other like this very quickly. And as for the background photo, I'm gonna use those products. So far we have many products and just aligning and distributing. For those images, I also want to use transparent background. So now I'm going to select all images one by one and remove the background. Yeah, now I removed all the backgrounds from those images. Now it's time to create a table and assign those data feed to my design. For that, I'm just pressing B and creating a table with 3 columns. Doesn't matter how many columns you have because you can always add or remove the columns like this. So for the first design element, I want to go with the title. I'm going to go to punchline. So it says Mother's Day, but while changing the products and the background photo, I want to also see different copies with different designs. So for that, I'm just saying the title is Mother's. I'm just saying short punchline. Or you can say short title, maybe instead of punchline. I'm just say short title. For the text, first version, I'm saying Mother's Day. Oops. Okay, now I just type Mother's Day and right clicking on the table title, I'm saying AI copywriter, which is a new feature of Artboard Studio. Also, still we're trying. So if I hit the AI copywriter, now I need to say Mother's Day. So based on the title, because I said short title and I said Mother's Day, it's going to give me 12 different versions of the punchline. If I hit enter, just waiting a little bit for the AI to do the job, it's just now going to give me different punchlines and titles for the design. And as you see, it says Moms Rock, Moms Deserves Best, Mom's Day Specials. You don't have to use them, but it's going to give you some ideas and different ideas about your campaign. And if you're another copywriter, just a designer, this can be very useful. Instead of going back and forth to other AI text tools, you can directly use this inside Artboard Studio. Other cool thing is that you can also generate colors. For example, if I turn this into a color table, a color column, I can right click, open the AI and say skin tones. Oops, skin tones. So if I say skin tones or any other prompt, it's going to give me 12 different colored options. So I'm just waiting for AI to respond. Yeah, as you see, it gave me a bunch of different skin tone colors based on the prompt that I entered. So I'm not going to use these colors because I already have the branding colors itself. It can be very useful if you want to generate some random colors and see some different variations of your design. Okay, for the third column, I want to use image. I'm just turning this into media, the column C, and then I'm going to choose the product images that I just removed their backgrounds. Just moving them here to have access. So I just turned this into media. Now I just need to click the cells and choose the images one by one. I'm selecting the select from canvas option because all images already on my canvas. So you can also use a folder to upload your images. Just saying select from canvas for this one. For the second version, again, choosing this one. For the third version, double clicking and going with this and choosing this one. Again, double click and choose the last one. I can also easily zoom into the table to see the images if I make a mistake or not. So looks all cool. Now, what else we have? We have the background photo, the model's photo here. Now I'm also dragging this thing and adding a D column here. Again, choosing the media as the format. Now I'm going to choose from those images. I'm just selecting them all and moving all the way here. Maybe distribute. So now the same thing for this D column. I'm just going to double click on the cell, select from canvas. This one goes first. This one goes second. So you don't have to fill all the columns. So it will just generate the designs already. You will get 12 designs because you have 12 rows. So you don't have to fill all the columns. If you, let's say you have 2 different images, just import 2 images. Cool. Now I'm moving the artboard, my main design, to another part. Also moving my table to somewhere else. Just let me move them around this. Now, as we connected the text, the punchline, the title to this column A, now I'm connecting the product images to C column to the product image. There you go. Now I'm also assigning the D column, the background photos, to this one. There you go. Cool. Now I connected all the data, all the different images and different text to my main design, but there's one problem. I didn't like this donut at all. So instead of applying a donut, a dash, I just want to use a flat stroke, and I want to increase the stroke size because, as you see, for different products, I can get some problems because the background image is changing. Also want to put all products because this is the most important thing on the design. So now I can also move the product image a little bit down there. Like this. Yeah. Now it's time to generate different designs from this single design. That's the part that your Mother's Day campaign will speed up because you create one master design with the brand elements, colors, and things like that. Then you just import your product list as a data feed to the table. If you have a Shopify store, you can also use just link to import your products. But in this case, I just use my folder on my desktop with the images, and now I've filled the table. Now I just need to hit the Sync Artboards button after selecting the table here. And also it's showing those green lines, also showing which column connected to which design element. So I just say Sync Artboards. And now the magic happens. It's giving me different variations, as you see, different products, different background photos, and with different AI written titles, punchlines. There will be problems, of course, because you're just trying to generate something. And the best part, you can always do some last touch. So you can always change the design. You can always use all functions. So you have full control on the design. Now I got 12 different Instagram story design with different products, with different product photos on the background and with different titles. Also, I want to show you something else. Let's say this last tree is just having the same image, you can always select those artboards and delete if you don't need. Let's say instead of a background photo here, I want to generate something. So I'm just going to do AI image generator here and just simply putting my prompt. I was asking for an abstract blurred because I want a blurred background to show my products better, and bright, because my product has a bright background, blurred and bright background with bright brown colors. So now instead of generating text, now it's going to give me image. I'm just now generating using AI to create a blurred background image. So we can also test how it looks without a photo in the background. Now I'm waiting for AI to do the job. And not bad. This is the result. And I can remove this image now, or I can select this image and say, select from canvas to replace. I'm just clicking on the background image. And now also it replaced the image. Choosing fill. So let's say you don't want to use the photo of the model here. You can use an abstract background. And you can always change the design elements. You can always update. And I'm still not sure about this circle. But this is a video and I don't have time for my Mother's Day campaign. So this is how you generate unlimited amount of designs from one master design with Artboard Studio automation features, plus AI copywriter, and plus AI image generator and table function. So I think maybe the design is not great, but this will give you some ideas and insight, and it will add speed to your workflow. So if you are, again, like me, end of the day, you have to finish all those creatives in one day. You want to create hundreds of designs. Just use Artboard Studio automation features like this and never waste your time for repetitive design tasks. So that's all, folks. See you later. Bye.